Hey Maverick followers, so video number 2 of the day. We went over the draft class a little while ago. Now we're going to go over the 2021 win-loss totals projections for Maverick. And I'm going to start by saying that I'm being overly optimistic. So there's where you're going to get our win totals because I'm being overly optimistic, which as a Giant fan, we like to do because, well, usually we are let down. So, without further ado, let's move into this. Week 1, Denver Broncos. I don't trust their quarterback. I don't trust their team. They have really good defense, but they have no offense. Cortland Sutton's good, but I don't think they're going to make it. So I'm going with we're getting a win. Plus we're home. So Denver's got to come across the country. We'll win week 1, which we haven't had to play Dallas or Pittsburgh. So that was cool. We actually have a chance to win a game. I think we're actually 3-point dogs to start, which go figure out. We're home, so we're like 6-point dogs. But, I still think we're going to win. Long story short, let's go. At Washington, we beat them both games last year. Even though they won the division and they have a pretty good team, we did beat them both games. And I think that's going to continue this year. They have a really good defensive line. I don't trust Ryan Fitzpatrick as far as I can throw him. Although throw it to McLaurin, please. He's on my fantasy team. But I still think we're going to win. So that's 2-0. Hey, from only winning 6 games last year, we're already a third of the way through and we're in week 2. That's crazy to think. Week 3 versus Atlanta. Atlanta has no defense. They can put up some points, but our defense is really good, so they won't put up a lot of points. And because they have no defense, we will put up points. So I think we're going to beat them. We're 3-0. Oh my God. Told you it was going to be optimistic, right? 3-0. Crazy thoughts. All right. So now we go to the Saints. And Jameis Winston is their quarterback now. He can sling it. They have a really good defense, and you don't want to go to New Orleans to play, which we may not be. Unfortunately, Hurricane Ida did come through, and they're going to move that game. I don't know where that's going to end up, but that may actually play in our favor. Obviously, doesn't benefit the folks who have to suffer from that hurricane that went all the way up the East Coast. But that game might get moved, and that'll give the benefit to the Giants if they're not going into New Orleans Stadium. I still don't think we're going to win, though, so we're going to be 3-1. Then we go to Dallas, and Dallas has a better team on paper. Dak is going to be healthy. He's going to want revenge against us for taking him out last year, and I think in Dallas they're going to get it. So it'll be 3-2. Versus the Rams, we're not on the same level as the Rams, so 3-3. I won't even bring it up. Matt Stafford's going to be psyched playing with those receivers he gets over there. It's going to be insane. Then we play home against the Panthers. We will beat the Panthers. CMC is the only Panther that has any ability, and our defense has him wrapped up. So we will be 4-3. Then we go to the Chiefs. Just like the Rams, since we're going to the Chiefs, we're going to Arrowhead Stadium, we are 4-4. That's going to be a loss. Then we play against the Raiders. So, hey, we had to go to Arrowhead. We lost to the Chiefs. We would have lost anyway. Now we get a home game against the Raiders. Win. Just win, baby. Well, there's our win, okay? Raiders aren't going to beat us at home. They're going to be coming across the country, and we're going to win that game. 5-4 going into the bye. Coming out of the bye, we play out Tampa Bay. Last year, 2020, the Giants would have been in the playoffs and hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if the lame-ass Philadelphia Eagles, sorry kids, didn't lay down to try to get a draft pick and then lost that coach's job. Doug Peterson, get out. You don't deserve to be in the NFL. But by doing that, that got Washington in, and they got to host the Bucs. Had the Giants hosted the Bucs, I'm not saying we would have won, but Tom Brady doesn't have a good history with the New York Giants. I don't care what team he's on. We scare him. We just do. We scare him. The big blue. Scary machine. And we could have beat him, and we would have changed the history books again because he would not have won the Super Bowl because we would have possibly gotten by. We would have probably lost the next round, but the history books would have been written again with the blue pen that is the New York Giants for Tom Brady's history. All right, but we are going to lose this game, though. He's going to win this one. They won last year. They got a better team than us. I don't think they're as good as everybody says, but they are better than us. All right, so now we're 5-5. Not horrible. We're one game away from what we did last year at Week 10. All right, now we play home against the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is good, but he is only on the second year. Doesn't have a ton of weapons, and their offensive line might actually be worse than ours, which is really bad to say. Really. So I would say we win that game. Eagles, we're 6-5 now. Hey, we are over 500 again, halfway through the season. was it 2006? I don't even know the last time. 2011 maybe was the last time that happened. Don't fact check me. I'm not doing this with fact checks. All right, at Dolphins. Dolphins are for real. They're legit. They had a top 5 scoring defense last year. They have a lot of weapons on the offensive side. I don't trust Tua, but I trust the rest of the team. They got enough weapons to get it done. And we have to go to the Dolphins. I'm going to say we're going to lose that one, 6-6. Then we go to the Chargers. Justin Herbert's a stud. He has a couple of receivers, but their defense isn't that good, and I don't trust the rest of the team. So I'm going to say we're going to go there and we're going to win. We're now 7-6. Here's when we start a win streak. A win streak. That means more than 2 or 3 wins. I think we're going to put a couple together here, and this is why. We play home to Dallas. Now, most would say, well, there goes a win streak now. You just said they're really good. I think we get 1-1. I think we split this year. We play them tough. We have a good team, and who knows what the injury bugs are going to be, either us or them. Hopefully we stay healthy. So I'm going to give us a win. We're 8-6. It's 2 in a row. Going for 3 in a row, we're at the Eagles. I said how they're a little inept at offensive line. I think our defense is going to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. He's going to make a lot of mistakes, throw a couple picks, maybe fumble the ball. Maybe the Giants' defense scores more than the offense. Wouldn't be shocking to me. We win that game. Now we're 9-6. Holy smokes, we're 9-6. Optimistic, right? Optimistic. Okay. Then we go to the Bears. Allen Robinson is a stud, and he's on my fantasy team, and I know he's a stud. Justin Fields should be on the field at that point when we get to that game. I don't know when he's going to get the start. He's not starting at the beginning of the season. But he will get there at some point. And I think he will struggle, as most rookies do. And I think we're going to win that game. So now we're 10-6. 10-6 going against Washington on week 17. Now, I think Washington will be the other team along with Dallas that we're going to be competing for the conference. I think that Washington and the Giants are going to have better divisional records and potentially the same record going into this last week. Although I do have this the Washington football team at 8 losses going into this game. So they're 8-8 as opposed to us being 10-6. So even if they win, they're not going to get in. We still win the division. So I don't think we need this game. Can you believe that as a Giant fan, we actually may win a division before getting into the last week? But I just don't think we're going to need it. And in that regard, I don't care that we win because we're going to be benching some people. We're not going to play our starters. And we lose that game. We finish 10-7. I also cannot, as a diehard Giant fan, give our team 11 wins when we haven't had more than 10 wins in, again, fact check it, 15 years. So I say 10-7 gets us the division. And I say we get the home game we host. And whether we win or lose that game, I don't care. A couple things will come to fruition if we go 10-7. One, we show progression. We show improvement, which is important. Gettleman saves his job because he got his team to the playoffs. DJ saves his job because he got us to the playoffs. Okay? Now, that's all important and all well and good. But let's be realists now. Let's say it reverses and let's say we're 7-10 instead. We're 1 game above what we did last year and we don't make the playoffs again. Okay? Gettleman is out. DJ is out. And we're looking for a quarterback. Now, there is a lot of potential next year with Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, and whoever might be in the draft. I'm not saying anything yet, but we don't need a lot. We do need linemen. We need offensive linemen. We don't even need defensive linemen. We need a couple of offensive linemen to sign to shore that up. But then you give us a quality quarterback. We've got all the weapons, and we have a defense, and we have a special teams that can really be competitive. So that's the flip side. And we have 2 first-round picks in the top, probably 15 if we go 7-10. Just saying, it's what we got. So I'm rooting for Big Blue. Saquon, stay healthy. You want that contract, you got to stay healthy. Galladay, we paid you, now get healthy. Adoree Jackson, we paid you, now you get healthy. And team, just stay healthy. Tony, figure out your shoe situation so you can get on the friggin' field. And let's see what we can do. All right, go Big Blue.